Sorry, I was on mute.
Yeah, you were muted for a moment.
So do a little lesson and then just send the recording, huh?
Yes, because on the first day, we already went over the verb conjugations and we did okay, so this is what we did. On the first day, we did this, and this is good to review because people tend to forget because it's at the beginning of the semester or session, right? When to use the articles because it's really convoluted and we don't need to really think about it in English or Spanish, right?
Yeah.
And then we did this little slide, what to use when. But again, it's very, once you get your mind around it with the law, when to use the law, the rest is either consonants or vowels, right? Which
Right.
when to use which one. So we did all this here, and then oh wait, this here, the are endings, then the iare, the care, the gare, which is just the h or not adding an extra I, the irregulars with are, then this, which is, and then the ere conjugation, this is, which is actually, we did it in Italian 1, this slide. For
Mm-hmm.
you, it was just like not that long ago, right? So you
Yeah.
probably remember this. Other people may have forgotten because it was longer ago. Then irregular verbs, the piacere and everything. So the irregulars are here, but they're also in the quaderno and everywhere.
Yeah.
And then we did, yes. Yeah, but so we were really quickly here. Then the ire, and I didn't tell your class this, um, but there's a trick to knowing when to use ish or not, and that trick is if you count 5 letters from the last letter of the verb, right? If you see this first column here, right, you count uno, due, tre, quattro, cinque, uno, due, tre, quattro, cinque, uno, due, tre, quattro, cinque, right? The in fifth place from the end is the ones that I put in red, right? And
Mm-hmm.
all these verbs have something in common, right? And they do not use ish. So that means if the verb doesn't use ish, it most likely has a consonant, right? If you count 5 letters from the back of the verb, from the end. But then you see all these verbs here do need ish. And if you count 5 letters from the end, uno, due, tre, quattro, cinque, uno, due, tre, quattro, cinque, uno, due, tre, quattro, cinque, they will most likely have a vowel, but not always, right? That's why the book or nobody really tells you this rule, uh, because you cannot depend on it, right? Because it's not always going to yield a correct result. One is if the verb ends not just in ire, but in uire, right?
Read it.
Uire is always going to give you the wrong one because if you have a diphthong, two vowels here next to each other, you're not going to have a third vowel there.
Oh.
So costruire, restituire. So the uire, you're going to have a consonant because Italian doesn't even like diphthongs, much less triphthongs. It's like very rare that you have many vowels together,
Right.
right? So you're going to have a vowel there. And another thing is if you have an irregular verb, if you have a verb like, let's see, dire. Well, dire has only 4 letters, so you can't even do this with dire. But if you have like uscire, right? Or venire, it's no issue or whatever, right? Because it's venire, it's not venisco, right? It's vengo, right? It's not venisco. And like, and uscire, the same thing. Oh, consonant. You usco, no yo esco, right? So irregular verbs and the uire and a couple of exceptions you might find there. So again, this works about like 94-95% of the time, which is pretty good if you can remember if the verb needs an ish or not.
Right.
So, but yeah, but again, it's like doesn't always work. So that's the thing, and that's why the quaderno and all the books they never mention this.
Oh, gotcha. But that's good to know if it works most of the time.
Yes, it works most of the time. Yes.
So it has
Although
to be
will
within
be,
5 letters. From on the
5
verb, yeah?
letters from the end, right?
Yeah.
5 letters from the end,
Mhm.
consonant, no ish, vowel,
Ish.
ish.
Gotcha. Okay.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, if you there's a verb you've never seen before in your life, right? And you have to conjugate it, and then yes, you can use that. If you have nothing else to go by. Like,
Got it.
yes. And then
Cool.
yeah. So that's something that I didn't tell your class.
Wow. All
So
right. Nah,
yeah,
just kidding.
woohoo, cool.
Oh my God.
So anyway, so and then we also went over the verbi riflessivi,
Mhm.
right? And we did this, and then I gave them the answers to a couple of these verbs here. Scrivi il
Okay.
presente degli seguenti verbi. So we did that, and we didn't do passato prossimo because we're leaving that for the next week. And we didn't do le preposizioni articolate o l'oggetto diretto, right?
Okay.
So queste cose non le abbiamo fatte,
Mhm.
però uh, se facciamo questo qua, okay, so if I, what we did, okay, what is this? Perché? Let's go very quickly here. Uh, it doesn't let me, oh, okay, see. Okay, these are like, some of them are kind of silly. So this means, yeah, like 11 and 14 are kind of a little off color, whatever.
Yeah,
But
it's okay.
so, but if this is direct object substitution, and normally we go over and in groups and we ask each other questions and answer by not repeating the things that are underlined. So, and this, the options here are just lo, la, li, or le. So this is one thing that we did this in lo, la, li, or le.
Right.
These are the only options that we need here.
Okay.
And if you see the, okay, what happens here? Okay, I muted myself and then I lost my, okay, I have to do something here because, okay, let me stop the share.
Okay.
Gosh, this is weird. I really don't like it when this happens. Sometimes I lose my pointer or my mouse when I am, okay. So Lola Lile, indosi le mutande. So that means, are you wearing underwear? This is funny because people are asking each other, and I'm like, okay, but you have the hint here, right? So you would answer si le indosso, indossare is to wear, o non le indosso, right?
Oh yeah.
So I'm wearing, and le mutande, this is actually in plural, wear them. I don't know why
Mm.
it's mostly, I've seen mutanda in singular, but for some reason people tend to use the plural a little more. Go figure. So le indosso, non le indosso oggi. Facciamo il compito insieme. Il, so you know is masculine singular. Lo facciamo insieme o non lo facciamo insieme. Mangi
Right.
carote, right? So we don't have the article here, so it's a little harder, but the ending tells is this, right?
Mhm.
So look at the ending. So le mangio, non le mangio. Pulisci la cacca di cane, right? And you're not substituting cane. Cane is what kind of poop, right? So this is like an adjective here. So you're substituting this.
Right.
So this is right here. Si la pulisco or no, non la pulisco. And I had students go like, tell, non la pulisce, right? Telling each other. Okay, conoscete Dani e José. Is this masculine plural or feminine plural?
Masculine plural?
Masculine plural, so li.
Li.
Li conosciamo or non li conosciamo, right? And again, we're just going by grammar, what we see here. We're not trying to justify, oh, I made a mistake. Maybe they're transgender. Okay, well, that's another thing. Non li conosciamo for now. So that will be a different thing. And
Yeah.
again, it and I know there it is a very kind of sexist system, but that's what it is right now, and that's why I teach it, right? Scrivi una lettera alla mamma. Now you have una, so it's feminine singular. La scrivo, non la scrivo, right? Incontri Lady Gaga. Is this one person or two persons?
One person.
One person. Molto bene. Sì, la incontro o non la incontro. So it will be la. If you have this, if this begins with a vowel, you can put L apostrophe. Only with the singulars, not with the plurals.
Okay.
Capisci? I pronomi diretti. You see here, this is ending. And this is really easy when you have, right? So that if you have lo, la, li, le, my hope is that even people who maybe have not even taken Italian, they see, okay, I have these four options. This ends with E. Which one is more likely to be, right?
Yeah.
Li capisco, right? Li capisco or non li capisco. And then the same with la profesoressa Muñiz ama I cani. Sí, li ama. We cannot do el apostrophe because it's a plural. If it's just one dog, like in the first semester, I had a sentence for when we did this, il suo cane, just one dog, and then we put lama. But in this
Oh,
case, it's plural. We don't do it with plurals, right?
okay.
And then vuoi prendere un caffè dopo la lezione? Un caffè is lo.
You.
Voglio prendere. And again, just like in Spanish, when you have two verbs, como quiero tomarlo o lo quiero tomar, you can
Voglio
put it,
prenderlo.
yes, you can put it, well, tomarlo or just like grab or take. Vamos a,
Okay.
pero yo
Oh,
creo
yeah.
que en México se dice no sé qué agarrar. Vamos a buscar un café. Buscarlo, no
Uh-huh.
sé, no sé cómo se dice en México, pero ¿eres, tu familia, tú hablas español mexicano o de
Sí,
otro?
sí, son de Michoacán, México.
Ah, Michoacán, sí, porque a veces hay salvadoreños y hondureños también
Ujú. Un
en el
poquito diferente, ¿verdad?
sí, y depende así, a veces hablan un poco diferente todos, o hablamos, yo también a veces quizás sueno un poco extraña para mis estudiantes, ¿no?
No?
Ok, allora, so esto es lo che, questi sono i pronomi diretti.
Mm.
Y esto es lo único que nos faltaba hacer en realidad de la gramática, lo que nos faltaba para terminar la gramática del primer semestre, porque vamos a dejar el pasado próximo para la segunda semana.
Oh,
Así
okay.
que lo que teníamos era eso, hablar, pero como yo le dije a la clase, porque, ay, ¿dónde estamos? Ok, vamos a hacer aquí. Lo que tenía, ok, vamos a ver. No, esto es otra cosa. Ellos están haciendo, los que están por ahora mismo, tenían una, ok, esta es la discusión de la clase que hicieron. Ay, ¿ves? Me sacó.
Oh, sí, ¿verdad?
I was logged in y yo le digo, esto casi nunca me saca porque yo lo dejo así para que no me saque.
Ajá.
Y como quiera, me sacó. sé por qué. Se supone que no pasa en mi computadora, pero vamos a ver. Entonces, esto es lo que estaban haciendo ellos, que la primera parte ya la mayoría la hizo, pero la segunda parte, que es contestarle a alguien,
Oh, okay.
era para el viernes, ¿no?
Mhm.
Entonces, si ves aquí Giovanni, Gio, oh sì, sì, vedi, lavoro come professore di spagnolo, sono di Long Beach,
Wow.
francese, Ariana, ok, questo sì, autunno, Los Angeles Mission Valley College, è un ibrido, ok,
Yeah.
va bene, TikTok un buon passatempo. Jessie, has fatto così, dice.
Ciao a tutti, mi chiamo Jesse, sono di California e
Oh, yeah.
parlo spagnolo e inglese. Io ho studiato italiano 1 con la professoressa Muñiz Gracia nel Mission College. Il mio cibo preferito è il cibo italiano. La cosa che io fare nel tempo libero è il esercizio. Qualcosa interessante da me? Mm, mi piace scrivere la poesia e basta, non sono molto interessante.
Allora, sí, la sua presentación, porque yo les di algunas preguntas que no debían que escribir cada cosa, no, pues era más bien, esto es como una guía, por si no sabían qué decirle a los demás. Entonces, o lo escriben o lo graban,
Uh-huh.
algunas personas se les hace más fácil hablar, otros no. O preso italiano, l'anno scorso, last year, ok, lavoro a Starbucks, Ginelli, cuesta. Y ya algunos están contestando. Marilia è di Brasile,
Wow.
Camilla in Brasilia, Germania. Eh,
Wow.
e lei dice Emilio, ok, poi sono del gioco pallacanestro. Ok, questo si va al college con la professoressa Barbara Pina, sì.
Mhm.
E poi Rachel oh, vedi, va al college con la professoressa Muñiz. Questo che ti dicevo, lo che ti había dicho che
Ajá.
sì, e poi M- Mission College, sì,
Ah, there you
Mission
go.
College, e questo sì, el cane se chiama Evalu. Pues esto es lo que estaban haciendo la primera. Ok,
Okay.
Valley College con Barbara Pina, sì.
Mm.
Poi gentrificazione, questa anche a, but this one I don't think it plays, it has to be like downloaded, I had to download. E lei parla
Oh, okay.
bene, lei parla abbastanza bene, lei è
Wow.
salvadoregna, dice anche, per questo si parla spagnolo, ma insomma, e poi così. So, esto es lo que han hecho
Okay.
más o menos que ellos por ahí y yo creo que pues hoy se supone que estén completando, ahí me pica el ojo. Se supone que estén conjugando 2 páginas de verbos en are. Y
Okay.
ya para el fin de semana yo les di un quiz diagnóstico, pero el quiz diagnóstico lo pueden entregar cuantas veces quieran,
Mhm.
ah, porque es para yo saber que tenemos que, si hay que hacer algo así. Bueno, todavía está, Kyuso todavía no está. No, espera un momento, ¿qué está pasando? Este no es este, lo
Oh,
siento.
okay, okay.
Sí, sí, era otro, era otro. Entonces, este lo pueden entregar cuantas veces quieran y es selección múltiple, ¿no? O
Mm.
poner una palabrita. Y lo hice así, yo tenía el año pasado un quiz diagnóstico, pero incluía oraciones completas. Pero las
Ajá.
oraciones completas yo tengo que calificarlas. So, so students would not know right away. how much they had until I would see the quiz. This way, if everything is automatically graded, if it's like multiple attempts, you know, oh, dang it, this is, wait, how many? Come questo? Wait, let's see. Continua a modificare. No. Ok. Quanti punti? Oh, 25. So, se ricevono 20 punti, dice, oh, 5? What is this? This is a joke. I want my 25 points. They can just do it right away until they get the 25 points, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I did it like this, like automatically. So so it would be tentativi multipli. So it allows people to do as many times. But then it tells me like, question number 4 only was correct like 60% of the time. Like people had to redo it, and question number 4 is about the irregular plurals, or and then it will tell me if I need to review something again.
Okay.
So that's the thing that is due like the first week is like things like that, review stuff
Okay, that's good.
that I have for people. See this plurali. This will be
Mhm.
the articles, right? So some of them is like a lot of it is multiple choice.
Uh-huh.
There's a few words that I ask people to like type, like completamento means fill in the blank, and
Mhm.
of course only those 2 would be like full credit, but hey, they can do 5 times, 10 times. It's for everybody to get a perfect score.
That's good.
And see, so that's it, what we are doing for the class. So this is, we basically reviewed everything except pasado próximo, because we're just gonna be doing that next week.
Yeah, the pasado próximo. So you guys are starting that on Monday, huh?
Yes, we're gonna be starting, but again, the assumption is because in the pandemic, there's people who, not just with me, I heard from another one of my colleagues who teaches at a different college in the district, which, and I'm not gonna name the person, but that it was also impossible to do the pasado próximo. And you guys just saw it, but it was like this, right? I cannot like with a clean conscience expect people to like really be good at it if we just, yeah, some people are gonna be, I have some great students every term that I don't need to tell anything twice and they already are using it, but that's not a reasonable expectation.